Hello and welcome to section 5. Well, in the previous section, we've worked on the code and the game logic. In this section, we're going to discuss about testing and debugging the game. In this section, we're going to focus on testing the final product in order to see if it works as expected. In this video, we're going to have an overview on the Chrome Developer Console. We're going to review the Chrome Developer Console features, and we're going to see how it can assist us in testing the game. In the previous video, we've completed creating the game, and this is our present state. Now, we want to see how we can debug the game and basically assist ourselves in finding problems during the development of the game. So for example, first let's open the console. Opening the console is pretty easy. We can either press F12 or we can right-click the mouse and choose Inspect. Here you can find various tabs. We're going to overview some of them. The main tab we're going to review is the console tab. As you can see currently, the console tab is empty. If we add to the code the console log command, we can add lines to the console and see various stages in our game. So let's start. We'll go to the start level function. And we're going to add here a console log command. It's going to state that the game has started. So now every time the code reaches this point, it's going to add one line to the log which says start game. Next, we'll go to the lose life function. And we're going to add here console log lost a life. Since I'm going to test using the keyboard, I'm going to go to the keyboard section in the tick function and add the console log keyboard left in the code which relates to the left movement, and we're going to copy it here and add it to the section which relates to the right movement of the pedal. Last but not least, we'll go to the check collision, and here right after we add 100 points to the score after the ball collided with the brick, we write to the log that the brick was hit and the new score equals the score variable. Now if we refresh the game and I start using the keyboard, you can see that whenever I click the right button, it adds the keyboard right line to the log, and whenever the same line is repeated over and over again, you can see that it collapses every line together. So we have 78 occurrences of the keyboard right. And if I click the left button, you can see that it adds the keyboard left line to the console. If I click the spacebar, we're going to start the game. It's going to add start game to the console. As you can see, I also hit a brick. So it stated that the brick was hit and the new score is 100. And since I lost a life, it adds the lost a life line to the console. Now if I continue playing, you can see that every time I hit a brick, every time I move left or right or lose a life or start a game, everything is added to the console. A useful piece of information in the console is the text on the right, which states the line in which this code resides. So for example, the keyboard right resides in line 161 in the index.html file. As you can see, in line 161 we have the console log keyboard right command. So this way, even if you write the same thing over and over in the console log, you can differentiate between the lines by using the information regarding the line from which it was called. Another useful feature of the console is the ability to call functions directly from the console. So for example, if I wish to add 300 points to my score, I can call the add to score function with the parameter of 300, and we'll see that the score updates. So as you can see, my current score is 300, and if I go here and I write add to score 300, click enter, you can see that the score updated to 600. So this way I can call functions to see their effect on the game without needing to reach that certain part in the game. So this way I can test various functions without actually needing to reach that point in the code which calls that function. We'll open the console a bit and review some of the other tabs. In the Elements tab, you can see the HTML code And you can see that every time you highlight a certain line, it states which part in the page it relies to. For example, the body relies to the entire page, the canvas only to the canvas part. The script itself doesn't relate to anything in the code. The Sources tab states which files were downloaded in order to run the current page. So we have the index.html page, and we have the Create.js framework, which was downloaded from the Create.js website. And these are the two files which were downloaded for creating this page. Network states the amount of time it took to load each one of the files required for running this page. The timeline is mainly used to test the amount of time it takes to load each part separately. And the Resources tab is used to show you saved data like cookies, local storage, and session storage. Now, if you recall, in the previous video, we've added the high score to the local storage. So if we go to the local storage tab here, we can see the high score local storage with the value of 500, as you can see here. Congratulations! Now we've completed the overview of the Chrome Developer Console. In the next video, we'll discuss about debugging with breakpoints in Chrome.